You ever notice how people take you for granted until you are no longer there? Until your silence is louder than your words. Your absence will teach them what your presence never could. It will show them the value of what they lost, the respect they failed to give, and the love they didn't cherish. Some lessons aren't taught through arguments or explanations. Some lessons are learned in the emptiness left behind. People will misunderstand your kindness. They'll assume your loyalty is endless. But let me tell you something, when you step away, when you stop showing up, that's when they start paying attention. That's when they realize who you really were. And that's when you'll see who truly values you. We all crave connection. We all want to be appreciated, but not everyone will give you that respect upfront. Some will only see your worth once you're gone. And you have to be strong enough to walk away when necessary, not out of anger, not out of revenge, but because you know your value. Because you refuse to keep pouring into people who don't pour back into you. Think about your own life. How many times have you shown up for people who wouldn't do the same for you? How many times have you sacrificed, stayed up late, given your time, your energy, only to feel invisible in return? It's not weakness to care, but it is weakness to let that cycle continue. People will act like you're replaceable until they realize they can't find another you. They'll assume you'll always be there, always answering, always giving. But the moment you step away, the moment you stop chasing, that's when the truth hits them. Your absence will teach them more than your presence ever could. Some people don't appreciate the light until they're left in the dark. They don't value loyalty until they feel the coldness of indifference. And the hardest truth is this: some will never realize what they had until it's too late. But that's not your burden to carry. Your job is not to prove your worth to people who refuse to see it. Your job is to recognize when your presence is being taken for granted and have the strength to walk away. It's not about being bitter. It's about being wise. It's about knowing when to invest your energy and when to let go. People will remember your kindness when they can no longer reach it. They will long for your presence when your silence is all they have left. And in that silence, they'll learn what they lost. But here's the most important part: is you don't walk away for them. You walk away for you. You walk away to protect your peace, to find people who truly see you, who truly value you. Because real love, real respect, real appreciation doesn't have to be begged for. It's given freely. You ever notice how the moment you stop trying, everything becomes clear? When you remove yourself from the noise, from the expectations, from the constant effort to be seen and heard, that's when you finally see who's real. That's when you realize who actually values you. Silence is powerful. It speaks the truth people try to ignore. If you stop calling, stop texting, stop showing up, the people who truly care will notice. They'll check on you. They'll make the effort. But those who only benefited from your presence, they'll disappear. And that's your answer. It's a painful lesson, but it's one that will set you free. Because the moment you stop chasing is the moment you see who's willing to walk with you. Life isn't about proving your worth to people who can't see it. It's about recognizing the ones who never made you prove it in the first place. Your absence will teach them what your presence never could. It will show them the weight of your loyalty, the depth of your kindness, the strength of your character. And the people who truly value you, they won't need to lose you to appreciate you. They'll make sure you never feel unseen in the first place. You can give people everything: your time, your energy, your loyalty, but if they don't respect it, none of it will ever be enough. And that's why sometimes the best thing you can do is step back. Not to punish them, not to manipulate them, but to see the truth. Because when you remove yourself, you see who actually cares and who is just using your presence for their own convenience. Look at the world around you. How many people regret losing someone because they didn't appreciate them when they had the chance? How many friendships, relationships, and opportunities slip away simply because people assume that good things last forever? The truth is they don't. And the more you allow yourself to be undervalued, the more you teach people that it's okay to take you for granted. You have to protect your energy, You have to recognize when your kindness is being mistaken for weakness, because the right people will never make you question your worth. They will never need your absence to understand your value. Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. It reveals the people who only reached out when they needed something. It exposes the ones who were comfortable with your presence but never truly valued it. And in that realization, you gain the most powerful thing of all: clarity. You ever notice how the moment you stop making an effort, the room feels a little quieter? That's because you were the one holding it all together. You were the one checking in, making plans, keeping the connection alive. And when you stop, that's when you see the truth. It's not about testing people. It's about understanding who's really there, who notices when you're quiet, who reaches out when you disappear. Because the ones who truly value you won't need a reminder. They won't need your absence to understand what you bring into their life. But some people will only respect your value when you take it away. They'll only see your worth when they can no longer reach you. That's human nature. Some people don't appreciate the sun until it stops shining on them. And that's why your absence is sometimes the most powerful lesson you can give. Let's be real. We've all seen it happen. A friend who only calls when they need something. A partner who takes your love for granted. A family member who assumes you'll always be there. But the moment you stop, the moment you pull back, that's when they start to notice. And by then, it might just be too late. When you finally walk away, some people will act shocked. They'll say they didn't see it coming. They'll wonder why you changed. But the truth is, you didn't change. You just got tired of being the only one who cared. You got tired of proving your worth to people who should have seen it from the start. And here's the thing: your absence will be felt. Maybe not right away, maybe not in the way you expect, but trust me, they'll feel it. Because the energy you brought, the presence you gave, the love and loyalty you poured into them is irreplaceable. They might try to fill the space you left, but it won't be the same. It never is. One of the hardest things in life is accepting that some people will never appreciate you, no matter how much you give. And that's why stepping back isn't a loss, it's a lesson. A lesson in self-worth, in boundaries, in knowing when to stop pouring into people who only take. Think about it. How many times have you gone out of your way for someone only to feel like it didn't matter? How many times have you stayed when you should have walked away? We convince ourselves that if we give more, love harder, stay longer, people will finally see our worth. But that's not how it works. The people meant for you will never put you in a position where you have to prove your value. They'll never need to lose you to appreciate you. And the moment you understand that, you free yourself. You free yourself from begging for love, from waiting for respect, from hoping people will change. Your absence isn't about teaching them a lesson. It's about teaching yourself one, a lesson in walking away, in protecting your energy, in knowing that you are enough even when people fail to see it. And when you finally step back, you create space for the ones who truly deserve you. Because the right people, they'll never let you feel unseen in the first place. At the end of the day, your absence will teach them what your presence never could. It will show them the space you filled, the warmth you brought, and the silence they created by taking you for granted. Some will regret it, some will realize too late, and some will never understand what they lost. And that's okay, because this isn't about them, it's about you. It's about knowing your worth, protecting your energy, and surrounding yourself with people who appreciate you not just when you're gone, but while you're still there. Life is too short to waste on people who don't see your value. Or walk away with your head high, not out of anger, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. The people who truly matter will never need your absence to understand your worth. They will cherish, respect, and value you every single day. And that is the kind of energy you deserve in your life. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you found value in this, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay connected for more inspiration. Because your growth, your strength, and your peace, that's what really matters. We are wisdom recorder, your knowledge source. See you on next video.